Welcome to the College Investor Audio Show, where we talk about the biggest issues impacting millennial money, from student loan debt to side hustles to building wealth. We will show you how to get out of debt so that you can build real wealth for the future.
Pell Grants is the topic today on the College Investor Audio Show. Thanks so much for coming along and being a part of this. Pell Grants, they are a form of financial aid issued by the U.S. Department of Education. Pell Grants are not loans, so recipients don't have to repay the money that they receive from the grant. Woohoo! The Pell Grant can also help students kind of offset the high cost of pursuing an undergrad degree, but there are strict rules about who qualifies for this grant. What is the Pell Grant? You may be asking yourself. Pell Grants are federal educational grants, meaning free money that does not have to be repaid, that are meant to provide financial aid for parents who display exceptional financial need. Unlike many forms of financial aid, the Pell Grant isn't available for graduate students. It is only for students who have not earned an undergrad or bachelor's degree. In some cases, students training to be teachers can also receive the grant during their master's degree. Students who qualify for the Pell Grant may receive the grant for 12 terms, which translates to approximately 6 years of school. This is helpful for students who are not attending school full-time, but still need financial aid. For 2021 school year, the Pell Grant provides up to $6,345 per student per year that meets the qualifications outlined right here. So here's how you can know if you qualify. You must meet these criteria. You have to be a U.S. citizen. You have to be enrolled as a student in an undergraduate program, have not earned an undergrad degree, a bachelor's degree, yet, or are part of a qualified post-baccalaureate teacher's training program, completed the FAFSA, have received the Pell Grant for less than 12 terms, and also demonstrate financial need. What does it mean to do that, by the way? Demonstrate financial need? Well, with college being so expensive, most students demonstrate some financial need. However, the Pell Grant is for students from families with very low incomes. The U.S. Department of Education determines your family's level of need using a calculation called Expected Family Contribution. Expected Family Contribution, or EFC, is the amount of money your family is expected to provide to help you with your education. Students who have parents who have earned less than $26,000 in the previous year and were part of a federal benefit program like SNAP, WIC, Medicaid, free lunch programs automatically have an EFC of $0. Those from families with higher incomes will have EFCs above $0, but they might still qualify for a Pell Grant. The FAFSA Forecaster, that's hard to say fast, which is a free calculator that can help you determine how much money you may receive from a Pell Grant if you apply for an undergraduate degree in the future. I'll say it again. FAFSA Forecaster. FAFSA Forecaster. Now, it's the number 4 in the middle of it. Anyway, here we go. So how much money can you get through a Pell Grant? Well, for the 2020-21 school year, which runs through July 1st of 2020 through June 30th of 21, borrowers can get between $638 to $6,345 from the Pell Grant. Pretty good chunk of change. The amount of money you receive depends on 3 primary factors. The cost of attending your school. You can't receive more than the estimated cost of attendance. Your family's expected contribution, which is determined by the FAFSA. Your student status, full-time, part-time, etc. A full-time student attending a school that costs $16,700 annually, who has an expected family contribution of $150 a year, will receive $6,195 from the Pell Grant. You can see the full payment schedule for these Pell Grants at a link at thecollegeinvestor.com. Just search for the words Pell Grants and you'll find it. So here's how to apply for a Pell Grant. One of the great things about the Pell Grant is students don't have to apply separately for this grant. When you fill out the FAFSA, you automatically apply for the Pell Grant. If you qualify for one, it will be part of your student aid package. You can choose to decline loans from your student aid package and still accept the Pell Grant, which is cool. It's free money that doesn't have to be repaid. I recommend always accepting 100% of the Pell Grant. Always. Even if you can decline the other forms of aid. It's free, guys. Just do it. I hope that cleared up some things if you had some questions about Pell Grants. And if you have more, we have more resources and tons of other stuff you can find out too about student loans and how to pay them back and tips for earning extra money and investing and all that stuff. thecollegeinvestor.com is where you need to go. Thanks again for stopping by today. We'll talk to you again real soon.